Yo. Yo. That's gonna sound funny. Alright, what's up guys? Here, Monday, checking in. I was tempted to make a video at the start, but I just had to jump to it, man. I was feeling some resistance, some anxieties, but we went for it. I've already scheduled a couple of appointments, doing my thing. I'm gonna carry on with the day, keep rolling, keep going, having some fun conversations. You know, it's funny, like our identities, right? A lot of times when we face the weird struggles in life, the struggles that are oftentimes like the hardest, really, it's all identity based. It's all like our identities are conflicting, is what I've found in my experience. Because everything to begin with is identity based. The habits that you have, the actions that you take consistently, it's all based on who you believe yourself to be. But we can also believe ourselves to be things that are conflicting. Once again, I made a video kind of about this yesterday, how it's always easier to actually just play one role rather than playing multiple roles, right? And it goes into the idea of, you know, how you do one thing is how you do everything. Because we'll go really hard in one area of our life, but then when it comes to another area, we think we can lack and kind of slow down and not put as much into it because we're already tired from the other area. But truth be told, I mean, it's about being the individual who can do all those things that you prioritize to the right degree, right? Like if you're trying to be an Olympic athlete and you go and become an alcoholic, you're probably not going to become as great of an Olympic athlete, right? Like if you're trying to be the absolute best father, but all you care about is money, it's not going to work. So anyways, part of my identities, the things I've been seeing and a part of throughout my whole life, the past 5 years, and the most recent time as well, the different identities, right? Where when it comes to communication, when it comes to these different habits within my paradigm, what I believe to be normal with myself, I've run into resistance, like I was this morning, around getting on the phone, picking up the phone after so long without doing so, and being ready for rejection, being ready to go for it, and the needing the necessity of reinforcing my true identity even in those moments, right, where I don't want to pick up the phone because I don't want to be rejected. I don't want to be rejected because part of my old identity is scared of being rejected, right? So I have to reaffirm the new identity by taking the action that gives me the opportunity to reaffirm the new identity, to go in and say, you know what, the rejection, who cares? That's the old self that would be hurt by it. And really, this is, again, this part in particular, rejection, this has been something that's been with me the whole time I've been in sales. I've been progressively releasing that old self. Parts of me holding on to it because of trauma, because of this, because of that, because of things within my shadow that I've had to work through and integrate throughout this process. And still doing, obviously. But brother, this is the journey. This is the process of staying conscious over what's going on in your life so you can actually choose the way you want to live. So continue pushing forward. I'm gonna get back on the phone, keep getting it, get some more appointments on the books, get some more books in the kids' homes. Guys, have a great day. I'll talk to you guys later. What's up, guys? Good morning. Hope you're feeling great. Today, it's day 2, back into Tuesday. Interesting turn of events. So I did my work yesterday, did well, got to it. You'll see that video here soon. Today is Tuesday again. I didn't get as great a sleep as I wanted to last night. A couple of different things, my daughter or whatever. My fault ultimately. So facing resistance, but one thing I've been started with, and it's an interesting thing, they actually ended up passing my certification request with real training. They actually ended up passing it rather than saying I was still gonna have to finish the deposit before I'd be able to move forward and get placed. They said that like 4 days ago, after they told me, the day after they told me that it wasn't going to be that way. And I hadn't been on there to check it, and I just checked it yesterday again. And so my head's kind of all over the place with that. Because again, since that happened, I've been chalking it up as something that happened with my ego, something that I let myself pay enough attention into to let it become what it became. And then it didn't work out because that's what it was, rather than something that was really meant to happen. But now they've given me an exemption because of how quickly I passed the test and how much I worked on it. So now I'm at this place where I'm questioning myself, and I'm like trying to sit with it and understand what the best plan is. But regardless of any of that, like, making money here today is books are fun, go make some more calls. So that's what I got to do. That's what I'm about to do. So it's going to be a great day. I already knew that. Hope you already know that, because we're here, we're alive, we're breathing. We get to wake up and do whatever we're going to do. So it's time to go make some money, go get some books to kids. Have a great day, guys. Let's go. What's up, guys? Here we are. That's Wednesday. Just middle of the week walkthrough right now. It's been a great week so far. I think the last check-in I did was on Monday. Things are going well. I faced some resistance yesterday in the morning time to getting started, but I jumped into it. I realigned, I got my head right, and I got into it. Today, kind of similar. Funny enough, yesterday I did well. Today I've had my best day so far, and we're only at 12:30 right now, in a while, several months. It's like maybe the whole year so far. Again, because of my lack of discipline before and not sticking with Books Are Fun throughout those times, working on Heartled, doing the different things there, not making enough calls. Today, my energy, I let go of something this weekend as well, moving back into this position, and I've had a lot more clarity and moving in alignment, right? And so naturally that comes across. That's what I'm amounting it up to, in that I'm coming across exactly how I mean. Energy's clear. The offer's clear. What we do is really cool with Books Are Fun. So it's hard to say no, right? Unless my energy isn't clear. So that's where we're at. Again, today I had some resistance to, actually was very drowsy this morning for whatever reason. And it was weird too, because I actually got more sleep last night than the night before. And it was the amount of sleep that I like to get. So the drowsiness this morning was odd. I was confused by it, but I didn't let it slow me down. Part of me was in resistance to getting into the calling. Part of me just wanted to go and do whatever to work on other stuff. But I didn't. I jumped into the calls. And again, now I've had my best day so far in several months. So it's another manifestation or showing of the gestational period that everything is always moving around in. The gestational period is basically an idea, or it's a universal law, if you ask the Kabbalists, and many other people would probably agree as well. Everything has a gestational period. Even the things, like everything, because everything's always manifestation. Everything is always what we are choosing to be our life. It's just on a long-term scale. We feel things into existence. So those things that we feel most natural with, that's what we continue to manifest in. Well, for a lot of us, we don't realize the absolute lack that we are naturally inclined to. We don't realize that we feel more casual with lack than abundance. And this shows up in every area of our life, right? So my point in saying that is to say that the drowsiness yesterday and today, especially today, it was a showing of the older timeline, of the gestational period of my older desires, this older identity that I didn't fully realize, right? I didn't realize, again, I thought I was doing everything I needed to do for Heartled, and I wasn't making enough calls, and I was, but not making enough calls led me to the situation that I was in just a week ago, right? So it was an older identity that was playing into a lower side of myself, which didn't want to make those calls, right? But it confused me at the time. But now that I've worked through it, and today I chose to, again, step into working through it, because I could have just played into that resistance and not got on the calls, not started making the calls, could have went and worked on anything else Heartled, got tons of stuff to do, right? But instead I stepped into that and I said, you know, I'm gonna go for it. I realigned, I meditated for 5 minutes, I realigned, I got right, and I got to it. And now I've had my best day in months, right? So work on yourself, guys. Continue to illuminate that shadow and see who it is that you really are, who you feel yourself to be. In that process, everything becomes so very clear over time. And certain things are still hard to see. That's the thing with time. And certain times, nothing will make sense still, because God, the higher self, works in mysterious ways, and we have to trust and know. Oftentimes, when things make the least amount of sense, it's truly a test of our faith. I have something right here. It says, faith is a bird that feels the light and sings when the dawn is still dark. Faith is a bird that sees the light, that feels the light and sings when the dawn is still dark. So oftentimes when we have gone through this work and we have illuminated so many things about ourselves, and we've began working on ourselves in a ton of different ways and progressing forward and enjoying who we actually are and working through the things so we can release the things that we don't agree with and we don't want in our life, and we're moving into this new role, sometimes things still don't make any sense. We get to a point and it's like, wow, that doesn't make sense, and that doesn't make sense, and that doesn't make sense. And truthfully, what I've learned is, again, what is happening is it's a test, it's a challenge, it's an opportunity to continue to have faith in that new self, in that higher self. And we face the greatest challenges. The greatest challenges are the greatest opportunities. And we face them exactly at the time when we need to. So, continue moving, guys. Continue going, continue on that path, because you got this. There's nothing more worthwhile. I love you guys. Woo! Got lost. I don't know if the camera can see that. It's my water bottle.